Hello and welcome to NOGcast episode 3. We've made it 3 episodes in, dude. I am your host, Julian, and I am here with 2 lovely people. Chani couldn't make it today, sadly, but here they are. Hello, guys. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
So Angela and Micah made it, but Chani, as you can see, has run off to Hollywood. She's too good for us. She's reached superstardom. So yeah, she escaped. so here we are. Hey, what's up, Sly? We're doing this live, by the way. Sly's in the chat. He said, "Whoa, let's go." I said that with no excitement. Hey, oh. Yeah, man. Actually, speaking of movies, I heard that song for the first time in the Jimmy Neutron movie. I love that movie personally.
Wow, what a throwback.
It really is. That movie is fantastic, dude. I honestly rewatch it every once in a while.
It's been so long since I've seen
It's
it.
definitely one of my favorite childhood movies. There's a part where they straight up show a butthole, though. I feel like they edited that out later. That straight up happened.
Cut that out
I feel like they did, but I cannot confirm that because I don't remember.
It's like that one SpongeBob episode where they cut out certain things, right? I don't remember
what episode? Yeah, what episode are you talking
was
about?
that the
right
one
now?
where Squidward ended up liking Krabby Patties and they cut out certain
Oh yeah, they did cut off a section of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they cut out the scene where he
thighs.
he lit the Krusty Krab on fire while he was inside.
Yeah, he straight up got set on fire. I remember that. Yeah.
No, I think it was
God.
because he lit it on fire. That's why they were like, oh yeah, that crosses the line.
Yeah. Not him exploding.
We can't promote
Did they also cut
arson
out him
in
exploding?
our show.
Yeah. What?
I think they may have also cut out him exploding.
Did they not? Wait, did they do that? I'm pretty sure that was a. I definitely saw that though.
Or I don't remember, cause I know that I remember watching the scene where he lit the Krusty Krab on fire. I remember seeing that, so I was able to watch it before they cut it out. But
Yeah, I remembered seeing that too, so I didn't know what was cut out, and I was like, oh, huh. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that actually is a good first question to start on, though. What is your favorite childhood movie? Just absolute favorite. I mean, you could pick more than one, obviously. There's no, splitting hairs on that.
Ghost Rider 1.
You have talked about that movie and liking it. I mean, it did come out a long time ago, so it counts.
I guess let's see.
But what did you like about it when you were a kid?
Honestly, it was the movie that it was the movie where I really clicked in my brain that these are just movies. These are nothing to be scared of. Because for a long time, or not for a long time, but for a while, I was terrified of that movie, and it made me lose sleep because of fucking what was the dude that Johnny Cage had to go against, or not Johnny Cage, Nicolas Cage had to go against. Johnny Blaze is his name.
Yeah.
But what's the dude? What was the son of what was the son of Satan that he had to go against? I forget his name, but the main one.
I don't even remember either, dude. Jeez, it's been
exactly.
What I remember from that movie was that really hilarious scene where Nicolas Cage is going wild. But
The what scene?
the scene where he's just going absolutely insane and is just making all these weird facial expressions. That's
that.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
When he transforms for the first time.
Yeah.
And people memed on that scene so hard.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get past the scene where he just shows his, where that dude shows his face just screaming at the screen. I was just like, "Ah!" as a child.
Yeah.
And my grandpa was the one that sat me down and said, bro, this is just a movie.
Bro, calm down.
Yeah, bro, calm the fuck down in non-explicit terms. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I started calming down, watched it, was fine. And then also Ninja Assassin, that's beside the point.
All right, okay. Angela, you got one?
Oh, it's a hard one for me.
It's a hard one for me too.
I remember really liking the dinosaur movie.
Oh yeah.
And Before Time.
That's not.
That's okay.
Well,
that's the wrong dinosaur.
That's
movie.
not the.
I'm literally talking the movie called Dinosaur.
Yeah, it's just called Dinosaur.
Oh, it's just called Dinosaur.
It is just
Fuck.
called Dinosaur. Yeah. That's a Disney movie, so.
Because I was like mad into dinosaurs as a kid.
No, yeah, I loved that movie too, man.
Dinosaur kid.
Jeez.
But I also like, there's a couple for me. I also really liked the old like the CG like Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember really liking those. I remember being like, man, these Ninja Turtles, they're so cool.
The third one was my favorite because they went to feudal Japan.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, actually.
And the Teen Titans movie is another one. I have a lot. But
these are all my favorites, all of them.
and then like one, because Micah talked about being scared of movies, one that really scared me as a kid was the fucking like Beowulf movie.
Yeah, you've talked about that
Remember
before.
That's
Yeah.
scary. Like I remember the scene where like they're in the Hall of Herod after they kill Grendel, and then like his arm is like up on like the mantle or something, and then like everybody's like looking at it, and then it fucking like moves.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, I'm gone.
Yeah, yeah.
I hated that. And then Angelina Jolie was there for some reason.
God.
Yeah,
For some reason.
Yeah, for
like,
whatever reason, you know.
scared of it as a kid. When I got older, after I'd actually read Beowulf and watched it again, I was like, man, this stuff sucks. Like, I
Yeah.
actually just objectively don't like that movie, but
Yeah, there are a lot of movies like that where you just kind of grow up and you realize this might not be a good movie. And so, I'll ask that next, but my favorite movies as a child, there are a lot of Pixar movies I really like from childhood, honestly. Like, WALL-E's a great one. Love that movie. Just bless you, by the way. A lot of Disney stuff, actually, I really liked as a child.
Lion King. Objectively, still a great movie even nowadays.
It's a good movie, but I wouldn't consider that like
a childhood favorite.
Yes, I wouldn't.
That's a damn shame.
I'm sorry. What could I say? Like, I grew up and I was just like, it's not one of my favorite movies. I'm sorry. It's a good movie, and that's it. But bless you. But for a child, look at like I loved like the Toy Story series.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like obviously I have fond memories of like Lion King and stuff. I loved The Incredibles back then. Lilo and Stitch is a great one for me. I rewatched that movie recently and I was like, man, what a time to be a child. What a time, dude.
Lilo and Stitch movie.
Yeah. Obviously SpongeBob movie, great one for me. I owned that movie. I also owned the Jimmy Neutron one.
I think I saw the SpongeBob movie in theaters for like my 7th birthday or something. That was fun.
Yeah. I remember that was the first movie I cried during. I cried so hard. Yes. I legitimately cried during that part of the movie.
I don't remember
Nice.
the movie I cried for.
Goofy, Goober. Yeah.
If no one knows that movie, or like you're too old or too young to have seen that, you missed out.
Emotions were real at that scene, man.
Watching this podcast.
Oh, you said what?
I said if you're too young to have seen that movie, I feel like you shouldn't be watching this podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, that movie's very old. Like, if I could definitely see like some youngin out there missing out on that movie. So, they could be 18 and miss out on the movie. That could happen.
Wild.
But yeah, we're just old, Angela. That's how it is. It's just an internet age, man.
Especially you, Angela. Shit.
Oh yeah, especially you. You're fucking dude.
Born in the Bro, you were born in 1900s. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, if you were born in 1900s, you're like, you know what I'm saying? 1 foot in the grave. But yeah, so you know what? You said something earlier that made me go like, oh, we should talk about that. What was it? It was the What?
bad, like movies that you thought were good.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Nostalgia glasses. You realize.
Yeah, are there any like
maybe not.
guilty pleasure movies or like movies you recognize are bad now? You still like them?
Star Wars 3,
Like episode 3? All right.
episode 3.
I'm trying to think.
I
of,
watched
like-
that later in life. I'm gonna be upfront right now about the Star Wars series. I watched none of it. I just absorbed all of it through osmosis of literally everyone knowing about it. And one friend was a huge Star Wars fan, and I learned everything through him. I know way more than I should for someone who's only seen one Star Wars movie. I'm just gonna say that. Actually, I've seen 2 at this point. So.
I feel that. I've had that about certain fandoms where it's like, I feel like I know way more about this than I should for someone
Yeah.
that's only seen very little of anything about this.
But I've seen episode 3. That's one I've seen. So there you go. So,
Nice, nice.
As for like a guilty pleasure movie for me, this one's like really not like super old.
hold on, let me
But,
turn
like,
up your audio.
The first like James Cameron Avatar movie.
Yeah.
Like I really like it. It's probably one of my favorites, but I understand it's not exactly a very good movie.
At this point, yeah. Yeah.
Like beyond like the special effects, like the special effects are great, especially for like the time it came out in. But like, oh, I'm gone.
Yeah, it looked like something broke really fast here. Hold on, let me figure.
And
some
she's
stuff
gone.
out
She's
really
escaped.
quick. Why? What is happening right now? What is happening? It like
Angela
crashed, dude.
escaped to the same place as Chani did.
Yeah, apparently Angela went to Hollywood, man. Who would have thought?
I also escaped containment.
Well, I'm
But I
doing-
guess
oh,
I'll
yeah.
keep talking.
Yeah,
while
keep
you're trying-
talking. I'll figure it out.
But like yeah, like special effects great, world building great. They probably spent too much money on world building from what I understand from the production. But like the script was kind of and like there were like concerning undertones of like white savior.
Definitely, yes.
But like just based on I'm a big like world building person, so just based on the world building alone, I just really like the movie. Like I understand it has huge problems and it's not very good, and I hope the second one is good. But
yeah, we'll see, right? Jesus.
yeah, like we'll see if it ever fucking comes out.
Yeah, if it ever does, that is true.
They've been like, we have a date, and then pushed it back like 4 or 5 times, I think, by now. I think
oh yeah, that is true. That did happen, didn't it?
Yeah, I
Few
think
times.
the most recent release date is like 2022, like December. I think it's supposed to come out like the next Christmas season. But and there's also that game coming out for it.
Right.
Nice,
But-
nice.
Yep, that's me.
I'm putting that up until I can figure it out. I have that as a placeholder. So there you go.
Glad that you made that.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't
Shawnee's
want to
still
capture
loading it.
Discord right now. So yeah, Shawnee's gonna be loading all night. Maybe she's expected to be here, but you know how it is. But yeah,
What about you, Julian? You got to go to the blue.
yes.
Any book?
I have a blur. Yeah, I had to think about it earlier because I was thinking like, yeah, what movie do I like now that I recognize as bad? What's one actually that I thought of earlier? The movie Shark Tale.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely not a good movie, but I enjoy it.
I feel
Oh,
like
fuck, that's a great movie.
No, it is a
Absolutely
great
love it.
movie, but let's be honest here. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Oscar was the greatest character of all time. I don't want to hear anything else about it.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
I would argue it's not that bad. Like it's like okay, I'd say like the animation is definitely
Dude, it is a goofy as fuck movie, but
That's good though.
well, like the thing is,
it's not a good lesson.
the thing is, it's charismatic. It's not good. Okay, let's get that out of the way. If we're talking like Like, okay, let's get one thing out there, right? Visually, that movie's not good. All right, even back when it came out,
I would
visually,
agree.
no,
Visually, it's not very good.
not at all. When Shrek exists, no, it does not look good.
Okay, yeah, Shrek's animation honestly has held up surprisingly.
It has held up pretty well, yes. But yeah, I don't know. It just I wouldn't consider it maybe like the best movie now, but I think it's a fun movie. I think it's fine. Everyone who's watched it likes it. It's definitely like a more like, I want to say common, but I guess uncommon opinion that like I recognize it's bad, but I like it a lot. You know, it is in that place for quite a few people. So that's how it is, man. I can't think of any more there than that.
Great movie overall.
Yeah. Yeah, you like the fucking Jamaican jellyfish, dude?
Yeah. That's when I was a child. I played the game a lot too. So
I played the Game Boy game for it.
I think that they made some really like creative choices in like humanizing everything, like the car wash being like whales.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, that's definitely
that's
fun.
cool.
That is a fun way to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that like they made some cool like creative decisions there.
Totally. Yeah.
I don't know why you talking about that movie just reminded me of Osmosis Jones.
Oh, best movie, dude.
How much I love that movie too.
Does that count in this? I feel like people just like that.
It doesn't. It's a great movie. I just think like you reminded me of that movie.
That is.
I don't know
fair,
why.
Yeah.
It's just a great movie overall. I just wanted to talk about that. Just want to say that real quick. Just best movie.
Yeah. Oh god, but yeah, I can't think of really any. I can't think of any other guilty pleasure movies really. Does the Jimmy Neutron movie might count it? I almost said that. Stop it. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure. There probably is some like TV show movie that might be bad.
Objectively, Ninja Assassin is a shit movie. I love it, however.
That's fair.
It reminds me of when Julian, do you remember when you and I watched American Assassin?
I do remember that. Actually.
Oh, that movie was so bad.
I had to think about it. I was like, do I remember this actually?
I remember we were like, bro, let's just watch this. This seems interesting, and then it was just bad.
Yeah, true.
But like the wild thing is like, so it's actually on the like free section of like YouTube movies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like,
I fixed it by the way.
Yeah, there's Angela.
I remember like I saw that in like the free section. I was like, I wonder if there's like comment sections on movies. So I like went in and like scrolled through the comment section. Literally every comment was like, "This is the best movie ever. I love it so much." I was like, did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Trash. Like it's so bad.
It sounds about right. Yeah.
Ironic comic sections, the best type of comic sections.
No, it wasn't.
There was not ironic
like,
with that. Yeah, no.
Like, oh, this movie is the best thing ever.
Well, people stand by their movies. It really doesn't matter. I remember we knew someone who defended fucking Batman v Superman extremely heavily, and like me and Angela, someone else. I don't know if I could say their name, but we're just like, fuck that. That movie is not good.
Well, I remember we were arguing about it. So this happened in high school.
It did, yeah.
We were arguing about it like in free period, and like the teacher in the classroom, because you had to be like supervised during free period.
Yeah.
Was like, hey, like, you know, respect everybody's opinions. Like be nice to everybody. Like if it's just an opinion, like don't bash on them. And then like, but he hadn't heard what we were talking about, so we were like, oh, this guy says that Batman v Superman is good, and he was just like, oh, never mind, carry on.
That was honestly so funny. That was great.
He was just like, what? That movie's trash.
No, yeah, people will defend movies. Like, even, like, worse movies, people will defend for sure. I mean, there's the occasional movie where people are just like, I can't defend that. That's not happening. But, and so, yeah, I haven't seen any real, like trash in a long time, you know?
Yeah, like,
so,
Yeah, I haven't seen anything that's like actual garbage in a while.
Yeah, like irredeemable in every single way garbage. Like I have not watched that in a long time.
I think the last one that I watched, I think, was Family Vanished.
Well, Family Vanished isn't irredeemable in every way. I mean, come on, it's a fucking like Lifetime movie. Lifetime movies have that charm of being over the top.
They exist for their audience, Angela. And honestly, at the end of the day, what more can you ask for a movie?
Yeah, that Family Vanished, by the way, for everyone who doesn't know about it, which is probably everyone watching this, because come on, it's a Lifetime movie, but it's about basically a family who's got a bunch of money, is chilling. Then some other rando like burglar family goes into their house,
Well,
and
they're like on vacation.
while they're on vacation, yeah, and
And then they get back, and then they get like kidnapped. But like the crime family is like posing as them, and is like, give us all your money.
yes,
And it's like, oh, you guys have family issues, and we're going to exploit that to punish you
exactly,
for
and
being rich.
yeah, that movie was a big like class class warfare. like rich versus poor, like
Poor people were like objectively horrible.
it was a really weird message, because it was like, oh fuck you rich people think you're better than us poor people, but then the poor people were just like assholes the whole time. But then even the rich people were like, everyone in that movie was just kind of
He was
awful.
just an ass, like except for the neighbor. The neighbor was cool.
Yeah, the neighbor was cool actually, yeah, but I don't know if we should, is there a spoiler warning for this?
Spoiler warning, the neighbor is the only one who dies.
That's kind of funny. I don't know why you had to spoil that part in particular. But I mean, I guess he is the only good character.
The only good character, and he just gets killed.
There is something really funny about that, and like an awful.
Nobody's sad about it. Like,
oh man.
like even the rich family that's taken hostage, it's like, oh well, I guess our neighbor's dead.
Yeah, it's so goofy, dude. But yeah, that movie, out of 10, I would still rate it like a 6, because it did give some great entertainment. It got weirdly sexual in some parts though, like bad, like trigger warning sexual. So
yeah, that was I'd say that's like my biggest criticism with the movie, is that like it gets really uncomfortable.
It did definitely get uncomfortable at a couple points. It made me think, like, did the person who directed this have like some kinks that he wanted to get out or something? Like, I don't.
Honestly, though, the same situation happens like 3 times.
Yeah, I did not like it very much. That was awful. Oh god. That's the risk you take, though. That's the risk you're going for.
But I would recommend watching the movie solely for one scene, where the like burglar family takes like the rich dad and makes him like drink water out of a dog bowl, and then like.
Well, that was the example.
And they're like yelling at him to like bark like a dog as he's doing it.
And that's what I mean by the weird kinks that had to be gotten out, because
so like uncomfortable but also hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, who thought of this?
like, I'm not judging anyone who's into that shit, but yeah, come on, the movie, don't put it in my movie, okay? Even if it is Lifetime. Look, wait, I want to watch the Karen movie. When does that come out? I'm sorry for the train of thought.
Well, let me look up the release date.
I just remembered that like on the fly. I have to know
Yeah,
that
'cause
comes.
Chani said
I'll
he
look
wanted
it
to
up
watch
real
it
quick.
too, so.
Angela said she was looking it up. You're looking it up too?
It comes out. Oh, it's already out. It came out September 3rd, 2021.
Fuck. We need to watch that shit. Live, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I don't know if we can watch it like because I think it's only on. Oh boy, I got a 17% on Rotten.
Yo, what's
Yeah,
gonna
of
be on
course it
BET?
did.
It's gonna be on BET on
Wasn't-
on Wednesday.
It's
next
airing. It's airing next week on BET again.
Next
Because I think it came out on
on the
BET,
17th,
so-
not next week.
But
Okay,
the problem is that like I think streaming wise it's only on like the premium subscription of Hulu, which I don't have. So
yeah, I don't have that either. So, damn. Well, we'll wait. We'll find a way. We'll watch that. We'll get back to you guys about that scene if we all manage to watch that. But yeah, that's great. You know what? Because of the weird bark for me part of that movie, and we talked about right before this podcast, sex scenes in movies, because all right, first off, I want to go around the room and ask, how do you feel about them?
Okay, like personally, in general, I don't tend to like them. I think like they're mostly awkward. A lot of them go on for way too long. If you happen to be watching a movie with your parents, then it's just like,
yeah,
no matter how old
I leave the
you are,
room. So,
yeah, no matter how old you are, it's like, oh, a sex scene comes on, you're just immediately like, oh my god, like.
yeah, no, I can't.
Like I do agree that I like it can sometimes be necessary for like the plot or like character development or something, but I think in most cases it's not, and like it's definitely started to bleed into like TV as well.
Oh yeah, TV, dude.
like,
Oh my
TV
god.
shows, especially for some reason like historical dramas, because they need to like retain the viewership for the first season. So for a lot of historical dramas, there's just like sex.
I would argue
everywhere.
like dramas in general now,
Yeah.
like newer dramas just have it like all the time, dude. It's just like neighbor fucking like next scene. So it's like, all right, cool.
It's just like okay, like why did that need to happen? Like it feels even more unnecessary in TV than in movies.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So,
But yeah, that's my take on it.
Micah, how many sex scenes have you experienced in your life?
That's a question.
It's a very loaded question.
More than I can count. Like, what do you mean by sex scenes? Now, what context are we talking about sex scenes?
Not the word I can't say for YouTube.
In movies, if in regular movies,
in regular movies that aren't movies, you know what I mean?
I don't remember because I tend to push them out of my brain because I don't
Okay,
give a
that's-
fuck about them personally.
That's fair. That's fair.
If a part of a movie happens and I don't care about it, it just gets out of my brain. Don't even notice it.
Hey, what's up, Wake the
You-
Beast? Welcome to chat. Sorry for cutting you off. That's
fair.
yeah, keep going.
Yeah, it's like if it happens, it happens. Don't care, and then you could tell me later on that a sex scene happened in a movie. I'd be like, huh?
Yeah,
I guess it did. I don't remember it, so that's just mine. They couldn't give a fuck less.
that's fair. Yeah, Wake the Beast. I said your name. Oh, we might be doing a podcast
Good morning,
here, but
ladies.
I can look over and say hi to Chad every once in a while. We're talking about sex scenes in movies right now because I find them also unnecessary. By the way, they oftentimes do not really do anything. They're just kind of there for, I don't know. They go on too long. Are you guys in America? Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they go on for like way too long. No, when especially you brought up the TV shows one, and man, there have been so many times where I've been in the room and I've just been like, I need to leave.
Okay, I hate when you're watching a TV show and like it's completely fine, right?
Yeah.
Also, like, which one of us needs to hydrate? All of us?
I mean, I'm doing it. I'm the main guy here, I guess.
Well, I guess I'll just get a water bottle really quick.
Hey, you don't have water on you, Angela? Come on.
There we
I
go.
have a 99 proof. I can.
That's
that.
not
That's
hydrating.
not water.
That's
I
the
don't have
opposite
anything
of
else.
hydration.
Just dehydrate completely.
But, yeah, like I hate when you're watching a TV show. It's completely like innocent, it's completely normal, and then like a sex scene comes on, and then your parents walk in at the same time, and you're just like,
Yeah, I haven't had that happen.
I can
either,
explain.
where I've been watching something and then my parents come in and I'm like, hey.
how's it go?
No, I mean, I think I've had like video game experiences like that where I'm like, man, if my parents walked in, this would be real weird.
Yeah, I was playing a fucking Sly Cooper game and that like that thought happened to me. It was the fucking Carmelita mission. And I was just like, I was playing it. I was like, man, it'd be really awkward if like someone walked in as I'm playing this fox belly dancing. It'd be really
that
awkward.
would be really awkward, you know.
I bought like The Witcher on sale because it was a really good sale.
Yeah.
And like I bought it, and then like after I bought it, I was like, wait, when am I going to be able to play this? Because like
True.
In college I'm busy, so I don't play like a lot of video games in college. But like at home, like the way the room is set up that has like my PS4 in it is that like the door is directly behind you when you're
And I know your parents open that door.
So it's like, yeah, they don't knock. So it's like, oh, like I could be going through like some wild ass sex scene, and then like they walk in, and I'm like, oh.
It's true because the door for me is like literally right in front of me, so I have time to like go like pause, like, hey guys, how's it going?
Any reason in particular why we don't talk about that scene, Sly? Anyway.
So yeah, I'm basically not gonna be able to play that until like I either move out or like reconfigure the.
Well, I mean, it's a game you could definitely like wait on until you move out.
Yeah,
it's
like
fine.
I can definitely wait on. There's no rush to do it, so.
Yeah, I want to go back and play some like games I have that I like, just do playthroughs of them for Twitch one day. Like a lot of games I just missed out on or just have in my library that I've never beaten, because I feel like I've just been thinking about it more recently. I should do that because I have quite a few games I have not played through that I'm like, man, I should beat that. Like, streaming is the motivation I need to do a playthrough of a game. So, Awake the Beast has a point here. If it's possible to develop characters without showing them bathe, then it's possible to develop them without sex. True. What we lack in creativity, we attempt to make up for with explicit displays. Yeah.
Nah, I need to see the character naked. That way I can relate to them.
I remember when those where bathing scenes were popular in video games too, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think that like there can be sex scenes that have purpose because like it is like a human experience.
Yeah.
But in most cases, it is used just to like, you know, get people to play because ooh, like naked people. But like, because I remember I was watching the new Jack Ryan.
Okay.
And like in the first season, there's like a bathing scene. Like he's taking a shower and he's like thinking about this like super traumatic thing that happened to him. And like you see his like whole ass and everything, and it's like, and it's like okay.
He's having a flashback as you see his just ass.
No, yeah, and it's like so the context is like basically he was like deployed. I don't remember if they said exactly which country it was, but like they rescue like a child, but it turns out like the child is like bad and then like blows up the helicopter they're in, and he like is super screwed up from it. So like they cover that, and then it's like, oh, he's naked. So,
just brooding in the shower, just ass out, just thinking about his past.
The lighting choices that they were like obviously to direct your eyes like to his like ass, because it's like so the way that the scene is structured is like there's like light above him as like, you know, showers work, and then like he bends his head so the light beam goes like down his back like and lights up his
you know what that like strikes me as? It strikes me as like, okay, this is a down point. People might get bored here, so we need to add something to keep people like watching this episode. And I think that's why that seems very much like this might be boring. We need to spice it up.
Motivation for the actors is, sorry, my guy, you're gonna have to go underneath some very cold water. That way we can get you for a very dramatic shot for this ass. You're gonna have to be freezing underneath this water real quick, but we gotta get this shot, you know, real quick.
Like,
all right,
the
good.
scene I'd say was very like well filmed and like well lit, but like it was still like
well lit. You know what I mean?
It was like a portion of like, wow, I can appreciate the art here, but like why?
I appreciate the shape of the buttocks.
Exactly, you get it. But like, yeah, I'd say that a lot of times it is used as like people might be bored here. We need something to keep them watching.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
That's
everybody
why.
We
get
need
naked.
something of substance. We all know that it won't be the story, so let's just show it.
Yeah, it is weird that a lot more TV shows are doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think? I mean, it's kind of been a thing forever. I mean, sex sells, I guess. Just apply that to everything. It's fine. My mom watches a lot of drama
watch
TV
wrestling.
shows, so my mom watches a lot of drama TV shows. So I happened to catch a glimpse of a lot of sex scenes on the screen downstairs. I think they're probably just like blind to it at this point, like my parents. Like they just don't think about it too hard, I guess. But it's so weird. Awake the Beast says sex is such a universal thing that it doesn't need to be said. We all know that sex is something adults engage in. I feel as if my sexuality is being used against me to get me to like stuff on TV. And that's how I feel, because that's how it is.
I'm going to make like a comparison here between like two movies in the same like franchise.
Okay.
Okay, the first Wonder Woman and the second Wonder Woman.
Oh, I see. Got it.
So the first Wonder Woman implied that two characters had sex.
True.
But like didn't need to show it. It's like, okay, you understand that this is probably what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, character development, but you don't need to like see it. And then in the second one, it's just like, all right, everybody's naked. And, like the rules of this universe make it so it's really dubious as to like whether or not this is assault. But,
True. Yeah.
and like, yeah, I think that's like the difference between like covering that topic in like a respectful way that like develops the characters, and then like going to like, oh, we want these really attractive people to be naked.
No, yeah, implied scenes are definitely like
I would say that like I prefer implied scenes if you're going to like talk about
that. They're definitely like, I mean, you can always get away with that in that, but it's clear when they're using it to pad time or keep interest rather than tell the story. Implied scenes work very well, and that makes sense because the second Wonder Woman movie is definitely way worse than the first one.
Yeah,
like leagues worse.
The second one is not good.
Justice League's worse, some may say. I'm sorry, I'll leave.
How dare you? We watched the while we're on the topic of DC movies and how rough some are, we watched the Snyder Cut. And is it a controversial opinion to say it was just kind of like okay? Because like that's how I feel about it.
That's kind of my opinion on it too. Like I thought it was definitely better than
100% better than the first one.
100% better, especially the ending. The ending was way better. But like I would still say that I still felt the movie, like even the Snyder Cut was just like slightly above mediocre. Like
I feel like it was okay. Like I feel like people praising it so much is just a product of the first one being so bad, and also DC movies in general kind of being not the best. That when one comes out that's okay, then everyone's like, oh my god. Start like bowing to it, you know.
Oh, I almost made a comparison that I'm not sure I want to make on this podcast. That's beside the
point. But yeah, like I mean, the movie was very long. I know we're like way too late on this, but we have a podcast now. God damn it, and I'm talking about this right now. So, but I enjoyed the Snyder Cut. I thought it was okay. I think it has the problems of all the other movies that Zack Snyder's done, and that's that they're very like grimdark and not colorful at all. They're not. They take themselves maybe a little too serious. They're a little dramatic, and
I still feel like the Snyder Cut had the problem of like not enough character development.
Yeah,
it added more than the original, definitely, but like there still wasn't enough. Like it was more convincing that these people liked each other at least.
Yeah,
but,
true.
Like the original did not have that at all.
I will say that I think the weakest was still Aquaman for like, I mean, it definitely relied on like you had to see the Aquaman movie to really understand his section. Because I haven't seen it either, actually, but his personality, like, you don't really learn much about him, even in that movie. So, yeah, I don't know. Cyborg obviously gets the most, along with Flash in that movie, because everyone's expected to know who like Wonder Woman, Superman, and Aquaman are. So
But they haven't been in a movie yet, so
yeah.
Cyborg's my guy.
But yeah, yeah, I don't know. The characters it takes itself very seriously still.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to feel about it because I'm used to like DC things are usually just like, oh, we're over the top superheroes who like clearly are very cartoony, but like, you know, the newer DC films do it in like a weird way where Zack Snyder always includes this like weird like let's worship these heroes like they're gods aspect that
Superman being basically a god, like
they treat him like Jesus, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I also hated how like he wipes the floor with Wonder Woman. Like they're supposed to be equal.
Yeah, they're supposed to be way more equal than that, but
yeah.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, he just like immediately wipes the floor with her in like both versions, and it's like, stop.
I actually just watched like a Wonder Woman 1984 review right before I got on today, which was very convenient. But I forgot that she like learned how to fly in that movie. I forgot that one, they had the invisible jet. Throw it away. She gets the power of flight. Throw that away because she doesn't use it again. Because she gets a wingsuit after that.
And then that suit gets immediately.
And then that also gets thrown away. It's like, wait, what did they? And then the moral at the end is like a child's movie moral. So it's like, wait a second.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this dude caused untold pain and suffering, but he's a good dad.
That movie is just so weird. Superhero movies in general are just kind of like a weird thing. Marvel kind of like hit the right like mood, and then everyone else started trying to jump on that shit after like Marvel was able to make good movies, and all the other ones are kind of bad, not gonna lie. I mean, a lot of Marvel movies are just kind of like okay, but like I'd rather a movie be like okay and like predictable than just like bad, if I'm being honest.
Because like, okay, I think that like the problem with most of the DC movies is that they kind of forget the human aspect of the superheroes.
Yeah, they 100% do. Well, that's
I think that the first Wonder Woman hit that like really well though, and that's why it was so good. Like the characters felt relatable, they felt human. It wasn't just like higher and higher stakes as the movie went on, and that was like it. But like that's kind of why I feel like Batman v Superman didn't really land well. Is like,
I mean, I would argue that DC has always been about things that, because the DC versus Marvel has always been kind of like, let's give more of a human aspect to these heroes. DC has always been like, these are fucking higher you can never attain this, but you can compare yourselves to them, but you cannot attain them because they're all so off the wall, so powerful that you just like, you have to latch on to whatever you can get, you know. But I mean, the thing that made DC cool was like the interaction between all these people, and like, I mean, that's probably why so many people like Batman, because Batman was the most human out of all of them, because he didn't have the crazy wacky superpowers and was like, I could take all of you down if I had to. But yeah, I mean, I would argue that that's not what necessarily makes the DC movies less good. I would just say that just the style of how their characters are portrayed and like maybe how they interact with each other just isn't the best right now. I don't know if it'll get better. I'm kind of not banking on that either. So
I think they could get better because like Wonder Woman, like the first one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, and I heard that Shazam was good, but I haven't seen it. So
I've seen part of it. I liked the part I saw. So.
So like they have the potential to like make good movies, but it's just like a lot of times they just fall really flat, and that kind of sucks.
It does kind of suck. It's kind of amazing that they're still like doing movies with how many have like not done well. But
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they're trying to make a turn for the better. So let's hope for them. Like I'm excited about the next Spider-Man movie. So Marvel still got me right now, even though I haven't watched like any of the Marvel TV shows on Disney Plus because I just haven't.
I
didn't have the time to do it either, so I just kind of
Wait, like,
didn't bother. So,
also just don't watch TV, so
me neither.
that's my big
so.
problem.
going back to like the earlier topic of like sex scenes, yesterday
Oh.
a friend showed me an article that was like hilarious because I immediately like was like, wait. Um, so she showed me an article header that was like, oh, like Marvel's Eternals adds something to the Marvel Cinematic Universe that has never been
Oh, I
there
see
before.
that exact article.
And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, wait, Iron Man 1 had a sex scene like right out of the gate.
Yeah, dude,
There's
100%.
definitely been sex scenes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before. I'm pretty sure Iron Man 1's the only one that's done it, but like it's happened. So I don't
Tony
know
Stark
what
did
this
straight up
article
fuck someone.
I mean,
Like-
they might not have had sex scenes, but they've had plenty of like the stare at this man's body scenes.
Oh,
The one that weirded me out the most is the one in the fucking. Actually, you haven't seen fucking. You haven't seen the last Spider-Man movie, but there was.
wait, was that the one where he goes to Europe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, I saw it a while ago.
I'm pretty sure it's in that one, not the first one, where they show like, your boy Tom Holland as Peter Parker stripping down, and they like zoom in on his ass, and I like oh, look at these abs. I'm like, he's a teenager. You can't do that.
Okay.
He's a
They
child in the movie.
They also did that in the first one, but it was in like the post credits.
He's a child in the movie. You can't do that.
He's actually like a child. So it's
You
like,
can't do that. It always makes me uncomfortable, dude.
Okay. Like, I'm going to raise like another topic here, like in
Yes.
both TV and movies. Do you agree with like child characters being played by actors that are like way older than them, or like do you not? Because like
It
I
depends.
can see both sides because it's like, okay, like there's obviously a problem with like child characters being like a big problem is like high school like stuff,
Yeah.
like movies and TV shows where all the actors.
Well, yeah, like a lot of times when it's done, it's like someone who doesn't know how a teenager acts, so it's just like
Yeah,
awkward as fuck
and it's
and
like-
not realistic.
But, like so I see like the problem there because like a lot of people are like, oh, when you have people that are like in their mid-20s playing people that are supposed to be like 15,
Yeah.
like that makes like kids have like an inaccurate image of what they're supposed to look like.
Right.
And then there's also like the you're sexualizing like children.
That is always the weird part, I think.
And then like, but I also like, that used to be my only take on it before, but then I saw like someone bring up that like, oh, child actors are like hugely exploited.
Oh yeah, they
And,
totally
like,
are.
Then they have like issues with advocating for like their rights and like their proper like workplace conditions. And
Yeah.
also having to go to school on top of it.
Well,
it's
because
like,
it's like legal child labor in a way, but
And it's like, yeah, like child actors get like put through the ringer, and it's like they can't have like a normal childhood.
Yeah.
So I'm like really torn on
it
this.
is hard for those children to like go to school and like have regular lives like every other
'Cause-
child. So
In like Game of Thrones, didn't Maisie Williams get like hugely bullied for playing?
yeah, for sure. I mean,
I
I just
remember she talked about that, where she was like, yeah, people bullied me.
I mean that
constantly."
happens because like if you play like everyone's gonna know at the school you go to.
Yeah, it's like
So-
everyone's gonna know. So
I feel like you have to be homeschooled if you're doing that. Like you
and then
actually
that's
have
just,
to.
like, sad,
Yeah.
'cause it's like they miss out on so much.
It's true. They do just miss out on having normal childhoods. I mean, it's the same thing with like child musicians. They grow up and they like experiment with drugs and being sexual when they're adults, and then wind up. Some of them make it out okay, but a lot of them definitely don't. So
Well, yeah, it's like
it's rough.
the like child prodigy like deal. That's just sad. It's
Yeah.
like just stop exploiting your children.
Honestly, yeah.
Please. But like, yeah, that's why like I don't really have like one like answer. For
Well, that's why I said it kind of depends, because there are some things with child actors that probably do it better. Probably. I question it only because I don't know the background too much. But like, oh yeah, like I said earlier, a lot of times when like teenagers are portrayed in movies, it's obviously done by people who don't know how teenagers act, because they're just like, let's just throw in a pop culture reference that teenagers will like, throw in a meme somewhere, throw in TikTok. We got a hook, line, and sinker. We got. It's like, okay, all right, 40-year-old man, you don't understand how. Like, I'm 21. I don't even understand how fucking 15-year-olds act. But like,
no, yeah, like,
come on.
I feel like once you leave high school, you definitely like lose a lot of the understanding of the culture. That's like,
oh yeah, you do, because like it changes so much. There's so many things that are popular now that I'm just like, who? Like, there are TikTok stars that come out that I'm like, who? Who's that?
No, like that one TikTok star that got like arrested recently, and like they like mentioned him in like his videos and stuff. And I was like, who the hell is this?
It's like,
I was like, I have no idea.
Obviously, a lot of people know him, but they're all younger than me, so it's like, okay, cool.
Like, I think I only realized who he was like once I saw a still from a video that I had seen. He was one of the ones that did like the Skyrim, like one of the dudes that did the Skyrim videos.
Right.
Of like, oh, like let's act out funny stuff from Skyrim, but.
But even then, on the flip side, there are people older than me who are actually on TikTok, like slightly older, not like crazy older, who I'm just like, how do you guys know who these people are and I don't? And you're like older than me by like 3 years. How does that work? I don't understand. Sometimes I feel like I am too old, going back to what I said way earlier. Oh my god. But
got one foot in the grave.
pretty soon, though, TikTok stars are going to be actual actors, I have to imagine, right?
I mean, because
another King Bosch,
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and they were YouTube stars, so yeah, I'm sure that like it's only a matter of time until TikTok stars are showing up in movies.
I mean, all these celebrities are getting old, man. They gotta retire sometime. It's gonna happen. Who are they gonna be replaced with? Me.
Every movie is
I'm going to be the next Will Smith. Watch me. I can scream like Oscar if I try.
Let me hear your best damn.
What, you want me to say damn? Like,
yes, say damn like Will Smith. Say your best damn.
how does Will Smith say damn?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, wait a second.
Damn!
I don't know. I something I do, going back to even Shark Tale earlier, something I do remember is him screaming a lot in that movie.
Oh yeah, he's doing a lot. In the movie.
It's ingrained in my memory.
That was from the time where like loud equals funny was like really common, right?
It's still a thing. I mean, I feel like that might have been like the start of it. I feel like it was a thing for a very long time because it just evolved into like base-based comedy, and that was I hated that so much. You have no idea. God, my entire life was filled through high school, through the end of high school, like from junior to senior year, with just like boom. And that killed me. I hated it so much, dude.
There were some,
God.
like jokes that I thought were funny.
I hate
I didn't,
memes, so
I
yeah.
didn't seek them out.
I just don't like memes in general. Sorry to everyone who's watching who likes them. I just don't like them in general. There are a few that I like. Most of the time, I'm like, do you think this is funny?
I did get you to laugh with one, but it was highly specific.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I don't know. I like how we're going. I mean, the main general topic is movies, but we can deviate to whatever. But yeah, I don't know. There's something, actually we did talk about, like, and I'm thinking about this now. I'm gonna bring it to this. So like I talked about earlier briefly, old ass like directors being like, let's throw a meme in our movie. But like, what about the movies that are literally just like product placement the movie? Because like Emoji Movie was a thing.
Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph 2 is that was sad.
I remember, okay, I do like the first Avengers movie, but it was really bad about product placement, I remember.
Yeah.
Like, that one scene where they land in New York and they're getting out of, like, the Quinjet, and they all run past, like, a Kia. And the Kia's, like, center in the sky. You guys remember that? It was hilarious.
I remember the Sonic movie was really fucking bad about it too, but it was done in such a goofy way that I honestly thought it was funny because like, God, there was literally a part where like this is near the end of the movie where Military Man goes up to man who's best friends with Sonic the Hedgehog now to his house and is like, thank you for helping us with this crazy man. And they're like, what are you gonna do with Sonic? It's like, oh, nothing, you know. But you know what I will give you is a reward for helping us. Here's a gift card to Olive Garden.
Yeah, was it like a $25 Olive Garden gift card or something?
Yeah, I think they repeated the same line twice in the movie, but the line was something like, wow, Olive Garden, I heard that they have an endless bread bowl. It was done in such a straightforward, in-your-face, goofy way that I was just kind of like, I can't be mad at this. It's
like, speaking of that, there's a show that I really liked, like White Collar. I talk about it a lot. But they were like obviously sponsored by like a car company. I don't remember what brand it was. But it was like almost every episode they'd be like sitting in like one of the main characters' like government issued cars and they'd be like, wow, it parks itself. Or like, like the seats, they're heated. Or like there was like one episode where they're like supervising Space Jam 2.
Oh yes, we'll talk about that in a second actually.
But like I'll finish this up and then we can talk about that mess. But there's like one episode where they're watching like a third character meet up with this person and it's like unofficial business and like one of the guys is an FBI guy, so he's like really irritated about this and so like he's like stressing out and then they turn on like the massage chair and they're like, okay, now I'm slightly not stressed.
That's fantastic.
Okay, but it was so blatant that it was just funny. Like,
the blatant advertising, like where they say it out in front of you, like directly to your face, breaking all like immersion to you. It is. Break the fourth wall, literally. There's just something about that, just like brazen straightforwardness. It's just like, I can't be mad. Like it's just there, you know. But yeah, Space Jam 2, I did see that earlier this year. Watched it with Angela. Yeah. Great time. That movie did definitely have a lot of product placement in it. That movie was so weird because it was just full of like, let's make all these references. Like it was it was like kind of like a redo of this first Space Jam, like. But at the same time, it referenced a lot of things that like it was just weird because I feel like no one watching the like a lot of the people watching the movie are like too young to understand like a Matrix reference. There's something about all the references they made to like so many things. It just made me go like, what the hell, dude? They referenced Wonder Woman at one point, and it was so like. I hated it. I'll be honest. I did not like it at all, dude.
The movie was less Space Jam 2 and more like Warner Brothers properties. The movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was like the Kingdom Hearts of Warner Brothers. It's like fucking wild. I was like, what the hell is this? They were just like, oh, all these Warner Brothers owned properties. Let's just throw them in. It was wild to me. Oh my god. You know, LeBron as Sora is a great idea though, so appreciate it. Now that I've compared it to Kingdom Hearts, I'm like, you know what? I like it better.
I also like love that they got Michael B. Jordan for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, right? Jeez, man.
Like, what was the point of that? They made one joke because, like, oh, he has like almost the same name, and then like.
Yeah, I mean, they just referenced Michael Jordan with Michael. Yeah, it's whatever. They're like, you got the wrong one.
Like, I just overall, I just feel like that movie shouldn't have happened. Like.
I mean, like, they had so much time to make it cool. They did not at all. It was so weird. I mean, LeBron is like the best part of that movie, let's be honest. Like, he carries that movie so hard.
Yeah, he was very LeBron.
You can tell he just like
with all of his teams ever.
Damn. But you could tell he was just having fun in like his first movie role. So, you know, I can't hate on him at all, but I can hate on Warner Brothers.
I thought it was funny just how much he screamed, and he'd just be like, ah.
It gave me that like Oscar from Shark Tale vibe, man. I swear to God.
He was just channeling.
So good, dude. I want to be a voice actor so bad. You have no idea. I think it'd be so fun. Come on. Can you like summon a scream from inside of you? Don't do it.
There are people inside my house.
Don't do it.
I can too, and I've done it many times, even on stream. So.
Yeah, you definitely do that.
Hey, what does that mean, Angela?
You sure do that.
Well, you know what? With that, it actually has been an hour, so I think we can wrap it here. So that was a good time. Appreciate all the discussion about movies. Kind of amazing that we fit an hour-long discussion about movies in here, because I didn't think I'd have that much to say, but here we are.
You know how it is when we talk.
True, actually. That's a good point. But yeah, with that, I appreciate everyone for watching this video and this stream today. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and ring that bell for more content. NOGcast is official. We're on episode 3. They said we'd be canceled. They said we'd be gone. Here we stand in front of you today.
Yeah, they definitely were saying that.
So,
completely naked but brave.
With that, my name's Julian.
And I'm Angela.
And I'm Mike.
And it's been NOGcast. Talk to you guys next time. Bye!